Okay, everybody talking about PJ Washington signing a 4-year, $90 million contract, and only having to pay $5,500 a month in child support to Brittany Renner. You have people saying he must have a great lawyer. That's not a lot. I think the captain, I don't know, wherever they establish, the child support, if it was North Carolina or whatever, you got to understand the red states are more with the conservative traditional values, as far as keeping households together. We did a video talking about, default 50-50 custody when when women leave a wedding. I mean, they leave a marriage, and it's default 50-50 custody. So it's no it's no all child support. They just got split custody, and I think Arkansas, Missouri, and one other state with Kentucky adopted their law, and their divorce rates plummeted. Okay, so a lot of them red states. I know somebody who got putting up a dude on child support in Tennessee, and then it turned out not to be his child, and she had to pay that child support back. And a lot of those liberal states, they won't allow that to happen. And that's why I continue to say more, people take away the face and just think about, some of the good they trying to do, like with Donald Trump. A lot of dudes would agree with Donald Trump, and don't have to like the person, don't have to like the messenger, but the message. He for all that. No, but they got rid of default marriages or whatever in Florida. They got mad. So you got to understand that, you got to stop incentivizing women to have babies. And because if you have to be incentivized with money to have a baby for survival, my thing is this. Check out the Real One-on-One playlist, NBA Talk playlist, music entertainment playlist. Hit the link tree. You can find me everywhere. If your motivation is money, your purpose is money, you usually a shitty individual. That's just what it is. And any woman that have a baby for money, how can she be a good mother? And be honestly, how can she be a good mother? If your primary focus is to trap a dude for child support, you a terrible person. So how can you be a good mother? So it should be that way. Why should how much I pay for a child is determined based off what I bring in? How much I bring in? Why is it based off of that? I can see if the guy don't got it, you know what I'm saying. But for the most part, if I make 90 million and all that type of stuff, why do I have to give her half of what I'm making? We're not married. Even if we were married, that shouldn't be the case, because those laws are old. But I'm not gonna get into that again. So of course, 5,500 is more than enough to raise a child. It's your job as a parent to pay rent. It's your job as a parent to clothe and provide transportation and schooling for your kid. By default, if you have primary custody, if you can't do that, give it to the other parent. It's not the other parent's job to fund your lifestyle. It's not their job to split rent with you. It's not their job to, pay your phone bill. And no. It's their job to make sure the child is good. So, excuse me. So when we get into that situation, you should have stayed with the guy. And we all know you plotted on that young brother. You went and plotted on that young brother. We know that. So 5,500 is more than enough to clothe them, to feed them, to do extracurricular activities. And guess what? When he go with PJ got him. All that other stuff. I'm pretty sure when the kid become an age and he got to call and ask for his dad to get a car or he go to his dad, he gets things. So that's why you see a lot of dudes pay a lot in child support, and then they be like, well, I ain't doing shit. I ain't giving you shit else, doing shit else because you chose the system. A lot of dudes, real truth be told, is the stigma here. A lot of dudes, especially the brothers, are deadbeats and they won't do nothing. In a lot of those situations, the majority of them is he told her he didn't want the baby, or he don't think the baby yours, or she did some whole shit. Then, a lot of the stories they be telling about that, the guy was breaking them off bread. The guy was breaking them off bread more than they was probably getting in child support. And they got mad. They got mad. He got a new girlfriend, and they got mad because what women do, they have children to control your lives. You to control lives. Women have a thirst for power. I think a lot of people don't understand this. Women have a thirst for power. A lot of times to have a child, and you be like, man, damn, why she have a child with this ain't shit nigga? Why she child and she have a child and she divorce him? When she have a child and she get rid of the baby daddy or get rid of the man or whatever husband. A lot of times they have them children so they can be in control. Women have a Napoleon complex when it come with them being, they feel like they are physically inferior to men, but then again they never look at the strengths that they have as a woman. They never look at the things that they benefit as they have as a woman. And one day when those benefits and they starting to go away, I'm pretty, or I'm a girl, hold the door. Oh, all women and children should be saved first. Now that chivalry is gone. Oh, I'm getting beat up and people minding their business who won't help. Oh, I'm choking on a fucking piece of shrimp at Ocean Prime and men won't help and give me a Heimlich or, because guess what? There's been cases where guys tried to help guys and give women a Heimlich and they sued them they sued them. And you're going to hear women, oh, not me, not me. It's always the not me ass bitches. Yeah, right. You ain't no unicorn. 9 times out of 10. So you have to understand this stuff. Chivalry is done. Y'all killed it. Y'all guilty. So now, at the end of the day, she could have just had a good relationship with dude. He probably would have paid more than what he paying now, but no, she wanted to be evil and all that stuff. And like I said before, most of these women, they just want to control. So guess what? They feel like they can control the baby daddy, right? And they feel like they can control the child, and that's why a lot of women get married too. They get married to these guys where they say, you hear, oh, they leave them for no reason, or they look beta. Now you can tell the guys that look beta, they look soft, they don't look strong, they don't look alpha. Those are typically, especially in the regular world, all the guys that usually get married. And some of them be alphas when they get married, or some of them be sigmas when they get married some of the times. And a woman turn them into a beta. The children turn them into a beta. Life turn them into a beta. And that's why I always tell dudes to make sure you prioritize yourself first. Because if you don't prioritize yourself first, sometimes it can't be about family, family, family. And then you do all this sacrificing for your family, and you make all this money, and they don't give a fuck about you. You know what I'm saying? You the reason why this goddamn shit you the reason why this goddamn milkshake is shaking and not stirred, nigga. You the one that makes shit jump. You know what I mean? And but by you grinding and spending that money, and spending that time, getting the money, the children don't remember that. So therefore, oh, he was never there. Remember the dude that, told guys, oh, my wife ain't never had to pay a bill. And yeah, I don't know what's wrong with you new niggas. He went on Ayana shit before she cut it off. And then his kids was basically like, damn, you was never there, and they turned on him. So you got to remember that. A lot of women want somebody to boss around and control because they walk around with an inferiority complex because they women. They feel inferior to men. This is why you see women go on those pop the balloon shows and they sit there and they talk shit about the guys that come up and pop the balloon. They come there. It ain't just for clout. It's a humiliation ritual because no other man chose them. They couldn't get the man that they wanted, and now they can't even get the. They couldn't even get the bare minimum. They can't even get the bare minimum, and they know they hit the wall. You know what I'm saying? So, but like I said before, women just want people to control, and this is why their kids turn out the way they turn out because they want somebody to boss around. They want to do it their way, even if they know it's a failing way. They just want to fail their way instead of succeed and be in the structure and under the structure and leadership of a man. And that's just the fact of the matter. It is. No matter they see the results of I don't need a man and selling out their kids for welfare and a child support check. And then the thing about it is you get all these dudes that pay $20,000 a month in child support, even $500 a month. It's still a lot of money for a child, especially an infant. And when a child turned 18, they broke and the child ain't got no house, no CDs, no, college fund, no nothing. They spend all that fucking money. And the system allows this to happen because they get a kickback. It's been said allegedly that a lot of the judges get a kickback into their pension off child support. So, like I told y'all, man, when you get into that judicial system, the judicial system is very demonic. People need to go ahead and keep it real. The judicial system is very demonic. You know, they are just as immoral as a lot of the people they put in the jail cells. That's a fact. They just as immoral as a lot of the guys they put in or people they put in the jail cell. They don't care about right or wrong. They don't care if you innocent or not. Most of those judges up there, they just, you know, they don't care. But it is what it is. Let me know what you girls and guys think. Follow me on X, Instagram, Spotify, Anchor, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal. Join the Patreon. You're gonna love it. Peace.